Okay, so I'd like to talk about some amendments I've made to my plan for my short film. Having gone over the mistakes and the improvements that could be made for the next one, I've formulated a sort of list on plan which is a lot more thorough than before I filmed last time, and this is mainly because I've actually learned from what I did before so that I can improve it this time. What I've done on a list is state the different scenes, and I've split the second scene into many different parts, which makes it easier to define. I've also set time ready for me to take some shots for a poster and for the magazine article that I'm creating. What I will try and do is acquire a photography camera because I want it high quality, and the best way to achieve that is through using a photography camera. I did try it before with one of the film cameras, but it just didn't quite work out. I've also made a list of some amendments to the different shots that I intend to use. Last time it was very difficult for me to use all the shots I'd put on my shot list, which meant that it was difficult to record it all, and this led to problems as well because obviously not everything's going to be perfect. So I've made it a lot easier for me this time, and I think more clearly about how I'm going to plan this through to hopefully get everything done so quickly. Today I was helping out another friend with her filming, and the way it was planned was simple, even though she is doing a trailer and that can't exactly be compared to a short film, but it is helpful. I have also come up with a plan, another one, and it's titled If All Else Fails, because if it proves that, again, I don't think my film's effective or I just don't think it's powerful enough, I will create a B-side to it, if that can be applied to films. Either way, even if it's not going to be used for the coursework, it's going to be something that's a useful exercise, and I can put it on YouTube anyway, and put it with my work, even if it doesn't have to be assessed as the main product. The idea behind this is, just like we've had the end scene where Michael will be talking to the camera and it resolves that perhaps he hasn't died, but then in the end you kind of question whether he has died. I would want to use that, and I would film that probably at the end of the day where the lighting is a lot dimmer. Although I think maybe I should do it at the start now, just so that's out of the way, and if everything goes wrong I can use that footage. So what will be is Michael talking, and it will be as if he's reminiscing over Alicia, and as he's reminiscing over her, there'll be shots of her and him and her smiling. A lot of the time it might be handheld shots of her walking along, and as she walks along you see her smiling and she's being all happy and stuff like that because it's a good memory. Then what will happen is there'll be the scream, which is used in the main bit where she screams out Michael, and it will kind of resolve that we get the idea she possibly died and was taken away, and that's why he's feeling so forlorn and sad. And that'll be when we have different cuts of the scenes in which you see Arkans and the psycho people, and then gradually as he begins to talk he'll kind of look down quite dramatically but emotively, and there'll be a branch snap. It's very conventional, but it's a good indicator as to something bad happening, and it's a good device for foreboding problems. So I'll be using that, and what will happen is he'll be in a rush, looking at the camera, being like, look, you need to know this, and stuff like that. Warning us as a viewer that we need to know something of great importance about this disease and this mutation of the drug, Arkenda. When suddenly someone, which I will use one of the Arkans for, will grab Michael, so by the mouth, and then pull him back and he'll be dragged. And I think what I'll try and do with the edits there is kind of cut it in with as if the camera is... there's an effect used by many directors where the screen fuzzes as if the camera's cutting out or there's low battery. That'll be the effect created there. And then we'll see quick flashes of like Michael, and you'll just hear the scurrying until he's not there anymore, and then there's just heavy breathing. Then you'll see legs, much like the effect used when a camera falls on the floor and you just see some feet and it builds tension. You'll just see the legs and then the face will pop down. I can't decide whether it will be Psycho Man 1, so extra one, or whether it would be one of the Arkans, but it will stare at the camera, smile, and then the shot will cut there, and that will probably be the short movie, because it builds suspense. It will still be just as powerful, I think, but that is another B-side to it if all else fails, so I think a priority will maybe be getting, once I've done the first scene with Maddie and Giles, I might do that, and then get on with the next bit. That's my update. Filming will be in a couple of weeks. We will be able to acquire the set. My only issue is that because last time the weather was a certain way when I did the fight scene and I've published that, it may be the case that continuity won't work there, so we'll have to do the whole film again, which is rather annoying. It will be particularly frustrating for the actors, but it's something you've got to do. And I suppose that's the real world of filming. So yeah.